The general trade has been to trade into U.S. assets as a flight to safety. That's not happening now. The dollar is selling off this morning.
The dollar is weakening, but there's alternative flights to safety, namely Bitcoin and gold. And in case you missed it,
gold hits all-time high. Considered a safe investment vehicle, gold recorded all-time highs this week following jitters on U.S. President Donald Trump's tariffs.
That's right, gold is up at an all-time high today as we speak, and it is up 40% year over year. And yet Bitcoin is down nearly $30,000 from its all-time high in January. And now a major reason gold is at an all-time high is because of the DXY, or the dollar index. And the US dollar index is just a measure of the value of the US dollar relative to a basket of foreign currencies. Now, it is 6 different foreign currencies: euro, Swiss franc, Japanese yen, Canadian dollar, British pound, and the Swedish krona. And the euro is by far the largest component of that index. It makes up 57% of that basket of currencies. But what if I told you this is all part of Donald Trump's strategy? Donald Trump wants to weaken the dollar. The Trump administration wants a weaker dollar, and that is positive for Bitcoin. Now, Bitwise chief investment officer, he was asked about Bitcoin and how it held up in this period of uncertainty.
I think it's held up exceptionally well. I think Bitcoin bulls should be inspired by the performance, and it's set up to rally significantly if we get a period of stability in the broader equity markets. It's worth remembering the last time we had true economic chaos during the start of COVID, Bitcoin wicked down to $5,000 and even below that. Today, we're talking about $80,000. It's a different asset. It has a broader distribution of institutional ownership. And again, I think what it's telling you is once this market volatility stabilizes, we're going to see it return to new all-time highs and then beyond. It's really a display of strength from my perspective.
Now, Bitwise had more to say when it came to the DXY and Bitcoin. Bitwise notes that over the last 5 years, Bitcoin has had a negative correlation to the US dollar index. When the dollar falls, Bitcoin rises, and Bitwise expects this relationship to continue in the short term. But the long term is also bullish. The longer term implications of a weaker dollar are even more positive, the report said. A shakeup in the global macro system creates an opportunity for a new reserve assets to emerge. That new reserve asset is Bitcoin. A move away from the US dollar as the single reserve currency to a more fractured system could give hard money, such as Bitcoin and gold, a larger role to play on the global macro stage. And Bitwise has a year-end target for Bitcoin of $200,000. I want to give a quick shout out to LBank Exchange. It is my favorite exchange to get all of the latest trading pairs, all of the hottest meme coins and altcoins. You can go to the spot trading, or you could do futures perpetual trading. And we have a link down below with the tutorial on the top of our page. Tons and tons of features here, 24/7 customer support, huge reach here, huge volume, millions of users, and they have over 200 countries and regions covered. So go ahead, open up an account, deposit some funds, and start your trading journey. But what if I told you I have a chart that shows Bitcoin priced in gold, and Bitcoin looks like it is set for a huge mega rally? And it's not me saying this is just history looking like it's about to repeat. So what we're looking at here is Bitcoin priced in gold. Right now, for every 1 Bitcoin, it costs about 25 ounces of gold. And so that makes sense. Gold right now trading around $3,200, Bitcoin trading around $81,000. So about 25 ounces of gold, you get 1 BTC. And so I said we're looking at something that really history has suggested is a great time to hold Bitcoin, where Bitcoin pumps against gold. And a lot of analysts are saying gold has just started. So as gold goes higher, Bitcoin pumps against that gold. That means Bitcoin is set for a mega rally, like I was saying earlier. And what I'm looking at here is daily divergences on the RSI. Every single time it gets oversold, and then we have a bullish divergence on the RSI. Every single time gold is significantly higher. 45 days later, 30 days later, we're going to kind of look at a little bit of data here. And so the RSI we're seeing the price make a lower low, but if you look at the RSI, the relative strength index, it made a higher low. So every single I went back 5 times here. So here's another point. You see RSI into oversold territory, but then you see a bullish divergence. We can see the higher low, and when it comes to price, we see a lower low. So when you fast forward 45 days, Bitcoin priced in gold ended up pumping 17%. You fast forward a little bit more, 100 days, Bitcoin price in gold pumped up 70%. And so essentially, it went from 20 ounces of gold for one Bitcoin, and then it peaked at 40 ounces of gold for one Bitcoin. So Bitcoin essentially doubled against gold. Let's go back to the previous one here. Here we can see the RSI definitely into oversold territory, but you can definitely see a higher low forming here, whereas you see a lower low forming on the price there. And you go forward 45 days, you see Bitcoin, pumping against gold. You go forward about 100 days, pumps even harder. Now we're going to do this 3 more times, and I might not measure it every single time, but here you can see clearly higher low, clearly lower low, Bitcoin pumped against gold. We got one more right here. You can see Bitcoin, forming much, much lower lows. Here we can see a little bit of a hidden bullish divergence. Fast forward, Bitcoin then pumped against gold, and we go 45 days out. You're looking at a nice 30% pump roughly. Now, there was a short period it traded lower, but then it never traded lower after that. And then last but not least, you can see another lower low on the price. You go straight down to the relative strength index. You can see a higher low, and you fast forward 45 days. Even though it declined somewhat, you're still looking at a 22% pump. And so right now, as we speak, we're seeing bullish divergence on Bitcoin priced in gold. So now is not the time to sell your Bitcoin. I would not sell Bitcoin for gold. If anything, I would maybe do the opposite. But I think both forms of hard money are going to do great in 2025. So hopefully that lets you know a little bit more about the DXY, the gold, and Bitcoin's relation as it all ties into Trump's trade policies. I'm DZ for Discover Crypto. I'm helping you navigate the market, hopefully. And so I'll see you at the top.